Yeah, hi, I'm Dan Altipeter, and I'm going to talk a little bit today about my Boss meter that we designed out of stainless steel. We've had real good luck with them, but we've got a lot of commonly asked questions when we go to installing, and that's kind of what I want to go over today a little bit. First thing is this foam piece that goes inside the tank. Everybody has trouble with that, we do too, but we've kind of got it down to a plan where it's as simple as it can be for us at least. So we always break this piece down. We put this in by itself. We push it up into this. This is a 2007 1910 270. We've had this meter housing off now for about 3 or 4 days, so that one thing about that, it does make a difference because this is the support for the ladder, and the ladder is what supports the roof of the yellow plastic tank. So the one thing is once you've removed this, the tank tends to settle a little bit. So it is nice to, you push this up into place the best you can. You push the foam up behind it, and then we'll put our bottom plate on. And we'll usually take a 4x4 and a floor jack and kind of help it up into place. So maybe the first thing we'll do here, we'll put this into place, get the ladder rung bolts into place. I'm going to let you get in there first, Mike, since we had a tough time with your beginner. Is your corner still up in there? Okay. Okay, I'll hold it to get yourself so that it doesn't fall. Right, then we can hold. There you go. When we do this, it's nice to have a floor jack and a 4x4 or something to kind of help. Okay. Yeah, you're there. Okay. Jack a little bit more, Mikey.
It's tipping up.
Okay, here I'm gonna. Another thing is just a block of wood for.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so there she goes. That's one of the hardest parts about doing this. And I always go until we can get the bolt screw on the ladder rung. Yeah, we're gonna just leave those loose. So, got a couple 3/4, Ash? So I always take this foam and I tear the corner, grab the top plate. We put 2 studs in the center of ours. The bolt, the holes are there in the original Deere meter. We thought instead of just supporting on the outside 4, I don't know if it needed or not, but I like the look of it. Okay, you ready? So I always supply stainless hardware with my parts. I figured if we're gonna put this stuff on, let's use some good hardware. Well, the one thing about stainless hardware is you need to never seize everything. Otherwise, stainless binds. Okay, so to recap a little bit, this was kind of the last of the first step. tank transition, that rectangular foam piece, the top plate. This is what I get called on all the time. People say, hey, we can't get this up into place. This is kind of the best way that we've found to do it. Remember to have that floor jack and that 3 foot long 4x4, 2x4, a couple an electric impact and a couple of punches. That's what we do. And it 2 or 3 guys. Takes us like, 15, 20 minutes. But all right, next step would be, okay, we're gonna install the meter housing. The first part of that next step is we're gonna install slide gate. This goes right up into place. What we do is we put a thin bead of silicone around the perimeter edges of that. We don't want to put any. We want to try not to get any into, like, say, this area here. We don't want it to get into that track because then our slide gate door won't open. Right.
Put this one loose.
Yep.
Then
So we push the slide up into place, and then we'll insert all of our doors. Ash, can you jump under here and be my helper? Thanks, Stephen. Okay, now as soon as we get everything up into place, I'm going to push that up, and it'll kind of hold itself. Okay, now we're ready for the meter. Yep, it's still going up, Mike. Okay, the next step would be we're gonna slip the meter housing up into place. This is a 3-man job. Kind of rest it on my knee. Okay. Okay, to recap on this a little bit, so we got the meter housing hung up there now. It was the main thing was to get that plastic slide gate piece in place, right, and put the doors, make sure they stayed in their track as we were putting this all together. A bead of silicone on the top around the perimeter and a bead of silicone around the bottom, on the top of the meter housing, so when everything went together, we didn't forget any of that. Okay, step 3, we're going to install this plenum meter base plate. I don't know what to even call this piece. So this is what the plastic plenums that the pipes plug into, slip on. This is actually a 4-run. This is on this cart is hooked to the back of a little 30-foot 1890. So it was only 4 runs. So as you can see, we got 4 runs, and we have, this is all stuff that I make, or that we make. Here's the 4-run block off plate, single shoot. So bag hangers, all the hardware, it's all stainless. Okay, Steve. So we'll start by just hanging this. Stephen, if you go, I'll go this corner. You go the corner towards you, and then it'll. I just hang it by these bolts, get the nut just snug. This is an important step now. What we'll do, this gap is so important, because otherwise what we will run into is the meter cartridge will not slide in and out the way it's supposed to. What we do is we use here's our carriage bolt. We use a large flat washer as a shim between these 2 plates, and three little 3/8 inch washers gives us about the right gap. Everyone, it seems like we have to kind of maybe add a washer or remove, depending on there's kind of, like the plastic pieces, it seems like there's inconsistencies on them. So we have to kind of feel how the meter cartridge slides in and out, and add a washer or take one out. Loosen yours up a little bit, Steven. Do the same thing here. Let it hang down so I have a little room to work.
Okay.
But anyways, when you take that meter cartridge and you go and push it in here, it should be like these 3 fingers. You should be able to just slide that thing in and out. That's how I've designed my meter housing anyway, because I didn't want it so you had to tie a lock chain to it. Okay, we're gonna put on a slide gate handle right now. We've got a handle, a spring, a lock nut. We just push it through the hole here, get it lined up, put the spring on, in the door, put the nut on, okay, and I get it just so that the edge of the handle goes through the locking part of the lock nut. And when you do it and it's done right, you should be able to press it, and then the handle kind of goes into its detent there. It's locked closed, and when you pull it out, it falls into the detent there. That's adjusted right, and that's how you open or close your slide gate. Okay, so one of the last steps, we're replacing the pipes here. As you can see, the original, they tend to rust out right where they plug into this plenum piece. So we've just decided to put new stainless pipes. We send clamps along with a mild or a stainless steel screw. The originals were mild steel. So kind of one of the last things to do. Okay, so a final recap on this. We got this pretty much put together now. A few little things left to do, but for the most part, it's all there. Boss Meter, we designed this. AirCedarParts.com is our business. This is a all stainless replacement meter housing for the John Deere 1910 air cart. Each individual row shot off. You can open or close as many as you want. No more levers up front. No foam on the interior of the tank. You can pressure wash this thing, or you can leave the fertilizer in. It doesn't matter. We build that meter housing along with all of the accessories to go from the yellow plastic tank all the way to the opener if you want. Stainless pipes, all these pieces down here, single and double shoot. This is what I make. Visit us at aircedarparts.com.